up everyone! So today's movie I'm discussing on the channel is the latest film from Lynne Ramsay. This is actually her first film in 8 years. The last one she made was You Were Never Really Here, but that was back in 2017. And now she's back again on the Crozette with a new film called Die My Love, which was actually just picked up by Mubi yesterday for a cool 23 million. Yep, it's one of the first major purchases from the Cannes Film Festival. They moved into this rural house which Jackson's uncle Frank used to own before he killed himself. So already we've got our first red flag, the previous owner died in here. But yeah, Gracie is a writer and she plans to use all this outdoor scenery and seclusion to, write her first great novel. But she puts those plans on hold so she can raise her newborn baby that they've just had shortly after they move into the house. And we watch as Gracie slowly succumbs to postnatal depression. The combination of isolation, boredom, lack of sex with her partner Jackson, and the chemical imbalance leads Gracie to start acting out in increasingly concerning ways. Basically, in a nutshell, Die My Love is a psychological odyssey about motherhood and postpartum depression, which is still an issue that we don't really discuss enough. According to a study which I read on the NHS website, apparently over 1 in 10 women within the first year of birth will experience postpartum depression, and it can also be experienced by fathers and partners. It's very common, but it can still be an uncomfortable subject to discuss. There's still a stigma surrounding it, but Lynne Ramsay really wants you to sit in the uncomfortableness while you're watching Die My Love. Okay, this movie is like a pressure cooker, and in a weird way, it's kind of a simulation of first-time parenting. As one character says to Gracie, oh, everyone gets a bit loopy with the first year, and all my friends who have had kids have echoed this sentiment. They've all said to me in one form or another that in that first year of being a parent, you are constantly sleep-deprived, you're stressed, always worried, and yeah, it's something that you really have to adapt to. I wouldn't personally know because I am childless, but I'm sure this film is bound to resonate very deeply with those who are parents. Yeah, Ramsay makes the first year feel like torture for Gracie. You know how during wars they will torture people by blasting really loud music constantly so they're unable to fall asleep? Well, that's kind of what Lynne Ramsay is going for with this film. She crafts an environment and a soundscape which is consistently loud and bothersome in one form or another. The very first sound that we hear in this film is the sound of a fly buzzing, and it's an audio motif which reoccurs frequently throughout the film and gets progressively louder and louder. Sometimes you hear rats scurrying between the floors of their house, and Jackson brings home a dog which just yaps and wails all night long, and it's relentless. And for Gracie, it's like death from 1,000 cuts, okay? And it just slowly takes a toll on her. And Jennifer Lawrence delivers one of her finest performances here. There are some similarities to the character that she portrayed in Darren Aronofsky's Mother, although I'd say her performance in that film was a lot more fragile. Here as Gracie in Die My Love, Jennifer Lawrence taps into something more feral and animalistic. There's scenes where she's outside the house, crawling through the long grass, pretending she's some lioness, a predator on the hunt for its prey. And she has actual barking matches with the dog at certain points. And yeah, there's one scene in a bathroom where she starts scratching at the wall, with her nails, like my cat does when I leave him outside the bedroom when I'm trying to record videos. It's yeah, the separation anxiety is real. But yeah, Jennifer Lawrence really throws herself into this role. It's a performance that is very unhinged, but it's also a performance which is darkly funny in a lot of places as well. There's a scene where she goes to the grocery store and there's this checkout girl who's just really overly friendly and telling her how cute her baby is, and she's just really short and blunt with her. And then she gets back to the house and she starts mimicking her, alrighty then, alrighty then, alrighty then, yeah. Definitely channeling some Jim Carrey energy there.
Alrighty then.
Or even when someone clocks her fingernails after she scratched the wall and she just says, yeah, you should see the wall. But that's just like Jennifer Lawrence. She has got great comedic timing. But very often with Lynne Ramsay's work, because her work is quite dark, there are just these little moments of levity which are quite funny. There's one scene where Robert Pattinson is just making mac and cheese and Jennifer Lawrence is upstairs getting herself off. And as she's climaxing, the microwave goes, yep. But Robert Pattinson's also fantastic in this. I think a lot of people were wondering if he was going to be a co-lead in this film, but I would say he's definitely more of a supporting player to Jennifer Lawrence in this, but he's still really good. He's got the American accent down, but we also see the stress start to slowly boil over as he's trying to deal with all this erratic behavior from Gracie, but also there is a darker side to him in a few spots when you can see that he's really at the end of his rope. This film also looks really great, especially the scenes which were shot at night where it looks like the characters are lit only by moonlight. I really appreciate the cinematography from Seamus McGarvey. He also did the cinematography for We Need to Talk About Kevin. As for negatives, I will say there was some stuff in this which I don't think I fully got on the first watch. I didn't quite understand what the deal was with Lakeith Stanfield's character. My interpretation was that he was sort of a manifestation of Gracie's sexual desires because she's not getting laid from her husband, so she's fantasizing about an ideal man. But yeah, Lakeith Stanfield sort of weaves in and out of this film. Like, he's got maybe 3 or 4 scenes, and they do exchange some looks, and he looks like he does know her, and it's like, okay, is there some backstory there that I don't know about? Like, it was just a bit elusive and vague, and I wasn't quite sure what this was all about. But also the ending of this film was a bit weird. Not like good weird, just like weird confusing. I won't spoil it for anybody, but it wasn't just me who was left confounded by it. I think collectively everyone was a little bit confused, because normally with Cannes press screenings, like as soon as, written and directed by comes up on the screen, that's our cue to applaud. And with Die My Love, there was a very noticeable delay before anybody clapped. It was like 10 seconds of awkwardness before someone plucked up the courage to, start the round of applause. Yeah, I think a lot of people were just really dumbfounded by it. Like, we just didn't quite know what to make of it. So yeah, the ending, I don't know, left a lot to be desired, really. I kind of wanted a bit more from it, a little bit more clarity. It's not very clear, but the thing with Lynne Ramsay is like, she doesn't really like to give the audience all the answers. Like, she does like to leave things in sort of the morally gray area, or left up for the audience to decide what it means. Like, she is that type of filmmaker that just likes to give you food for thought. But yeah, I'm not sure it quite worked, but yeah, it might just be it's a Lynne Ramsay ending, so I'll accept that. But yeah, the ending did leave me scratching my head, and others as well. But if you have seen Die My Love and you think you've got a theory as to what the ending all meant, yeah, please do let me know in that comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Some of you might be wondering, does this film have any Oscars chances? Especially given that movie have snatched it up for 23 million. That sort of indicates it's a good movie, right? Honestly, I don't think this is gonna be an awards player, particularly at the Oscars, because the Academy's collective taste doesn't really champion the work of Lynne Ramsay. And Die My Love very much is a Lynne Ramsay movie, okay? It's weird, it's challenging, it's a lot to think about, and I don't know if it's gonna have broad appeal. Even with the star power of Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson, I don't really see them getting any nominations for their performances here. I could potentially maybe see Jennifer Lawrence winning the Best Actress prize at Cannes, because yeah, it feels very much like a performance they would go for, and she does feel like a contender out of all the films that I've seen so far. But will these performances have the legs to go the distance during awards season? I don't feel confident on it. I don't know if they're gonna jump on board this, just because it is, it's addressing a lot of heavy thematic stuff, which I don't know if it's going to be to everyone's taste or their cup of tea, really. So no, I don't really think Die My Love will be like an Oscars player, but then again, I said the same thing about Emilia Perez last year, so what the fuck do I know? But what do you guys think? Will Die My Love get some Oscar nominations? If so, in what categories? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right then, let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch it again? Yeah, I definitely would revisit this at some point. It's not a film I'm going to be in a rush to revisit, but I do think it's the type of film that would actually be beneficial to give it a second watch, to try and understand it a little better. And the performances are really good. It is beautiful to look at, and it is, at the very least, it's interesting. So yeah, I would definitely give it another go. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? If you're a fan of Lynne Ramsay's work or the 2 actors involved in this project, then yeah, it's definitely worth watching. I will say it's not an easy watch. Even though there is big talent on board, it's still a very thematically heavy film. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here. So it is a bit of a challenging watch, but I do think there is enough good qualities in here to warrant a viewing at least. So yeah, I softly recommend it. Question number 3, what score would I give it out of 10? I liked Die My Love, but I wouldn't say that I loved it. I thought it was interesting and engaging, and the performances in this were really good, but it never quite transcended from being good into something really special. So I'm going to give Die My Love a score of 7 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. Love to hear your thoughts on Die My Love. Are you excited for this film? If you've seen it, what did you make of it? If you guys want to stay up to date with all the Cannes Film Festival coverage, be sure to click that subscribe button and be sure to follow us on all the socials for all those first reactions. You can find all those links in that video description down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Harefield, and I'll see you next time. Bye!